Now welcome back to part 2 of roof cladding of our 24th topic, and we left somewhere when we had some things not very clear. So let me just clear things up. Now on this side we had created, or we had placed cladding, and or iron sheets. Now this side was the side that was having some issues. So let me just clarify that. So to create that slope, first of all, you have to place your XYZ plane to slope as the purlins slope, the way the purlin inclines. Like what I mean is just to pick on this work plane tool and click right on top of the purlin, because the purlin is not straight, it has some slope. So let's just click on top of it to pick that, to take that slope. So once that slope has been taken, just create a point there by coming to edit, then coming to points, click on any at any position there, then snap at the corner there. Once you snap at the corner there, give it an overlap and an extension of approximately 200. Then at 200 there, you offset it up by 50 millimeter, just a gap, a small gap between the purlin and the sheet. But this is just for the demonstration. But on construction wise, you don't need that gap. We need the sheet to lie directly. But the reason why I'm giving that is because if I zoom out, you might see, due to transparency, you'll see the iron sheets somehow clashing, but it's not really clashing, just because the distance between the two is not wide enough. So we've given that a small allowance so that when you zoom out, you'll be able to see, you'll be see the sheets not in any way trying to the color coding trying to interact with the purlin. So that is the purpose of slightly giving a space in between. Now I've created a point there, and if I zoom out and come here, I've also created a point there and offsetted that point slightly upward by 50 millimeter, and this way, and by 50 millimeter. Then from here, I took it up by 400 up to here. Now we want to create a rod that will help us in taking the curved shape of, or crimped sheet like that. So let me come to steel here. Then under steel, we are going to work with polybeam. Now under polybeam, I'm going to follow the point that I had created, like on that spot, and this one here, and this one here. So I will not click this point. Once I click the 2 points that I had created, let me just first of all check if it is perpendicular, and so that we work on accuracy. So let me just come to navigate and pick on that spot and try to rotate that. So it's kind of perpendicular, but not really, but still work. I'll click on it and then come to steel, then come to polybeam. So let me just click on the polybeam there, then click on that, then straight all the way to the last point we had created, the 2 points that we were creating on the side. So I'm going to click on this. I should click on this here. So once I click on this, then I'll press a middle button on the mouse. So you'll see we have it has picked a sheet as a default, but you can still just work with the sheet here. So let's try first of all if you can crimp this. So let me just click on this handle in the middle there and try use that round and try key in maybe 100 and see if it will accept. It is accepted, and we key 300, and 300 will also accept. So that's also work because it has picked the sheet as our default profile, so that's still okay. Now once I turn that like that, I'll be able now to shift it slightly inward by coming to its property dialog box, because we had exploded it. So that explosion will now change it into a profile, so you can see the profiles panel. So this you can, if you go to profile catalog, you'll find it there if you click this button here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to pick, I want to move it right on the right side. So if I click that, let me just come back and click on the left side and see whether it will move on that spot, but it is not moving. So let me just pick and take it back to the middle where it was. So now let's work with the depth. So the depth will take that to left side, and the front will take it to the right side that way. So if I come to navigate, the reason why is because our XYZ plane we have compromised our XYZ plane, so that's why it's taking the opposite direction when it comes to positions. Now, since we have the same details on the side, we are going to right click here and click interrupt to walk out of that command. So let's just give some time to process that information. Let me just left click on it, right click, and come to special copy and click on linear. So we want to populate this at a distance of 900. But let's first of all check which axis we are populating it on. We clear that, we'll come to x axis and we'll key in 900. So 900 will need 93 because we already have one in place. So I'll go ahead and click copy. So let me see whether it will cover everything. The sheets will be created, and if we move the other side, we'll be able to see that we have the coverings or cladding already done. So I'll come to navigate and I'll try to rotate this. So if I rotate this, we'll be able to have our sheets in place. So that's a simpler way of creating a sheet. So we'll follow the same process for creating, for cladding the monitor, roof monitor section, roof monitor section here. So under roof monitor section here, you can also see we have some intersections I had created. This point here, this point here, this point here, this point here, and this point here, just to create some intersection there. So we can also go ahead and create some sheet or cladding. So let me just begin at some point. Let me just put it in a position that I'll be able to see everything clearly. So I'm going to use these intersections point that I had created initially. So let me just come here and pick on steel there, and I'll pick on polybeam. So once I've picked on polybeam, I'm going to follow these points that I had created to create a sheet. So I hope we are snapping on accurate positions. Yes, actually we are doing that, and snap on that. So if I press on middle button on the mouse, I would have created a polybeam. So this polybeam we've created here is what we are going to use. We are going to convert into a panel. So this is okay. So what we are going to do, we are going to crimp. We're going to crimp this side, crimp just to create a curve. So let me click on that, double click on that section, and you want to create round, and you can give it maybe 200. Let's see whether it will accept that. A 200 will not be accepted. A 200 has been accepted. It has been crimped. So if we double click on that, and we come here and pick round, and click 200, key in 200, that has been accepted. And also we can come here and crimp this, also double click on that, and you can go also pick round, and you can give it 200 also if it can accept like that. So that has been filleted. So if we turn it like this, and you come here now and click on that, then this, we can change this to a panel. Let's see whether it's still on that section. If we change that into panel, it might not accept that because of the bands that you have. So I'll leave it to you to finish that, because it is now very simple to do. And also you do the same for the side, for the vertical fascia steel framing. But vertical steel fascia cladding, I think I'll do that on the next part of the same topic. So let's try do that on the next part of the same topic, and bye.